Hello there. Welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. This week's discussion topics, as always, are whatever you feel is newsworthy about racism, bigotry, and inequality in America, and corruption, because we got a lot of that. This show is meant to be an opportunity for viewers to speak their mind, but also to serve as an educational tool for white folks who want to learn the truth about systemic racism in America. So we're going to have to keep it pretty darn real today. It's been one heck of a almost 4-year run. I just wanted to quickly tell everybody, if you want to private message me, I did get kicked off Facebook for life, but if you want to private message me, please do so. I posted it right up here on the comments. And after my rant, please call in. If you have something to say, oops, I got a little confused. The phone number, I think you get it. All right. Tonight's topics. Michael, hello. Thanks for being here. It's kind of exciting tonight. I'm doing okay. I'm just, wow, probably my head kind of hurts and I'm sure like everybody else. There's a lock. Hello. I'm so happy you're here. Michael, I would love to catch up with you. That would be amazing. Gary, hi. What a night to be doing this. Obviously, I'm competing with breaking news, but I have promises that, hi, Gary. I have promises that in breaking news, I will be informed. There's just so much to talk about. I think it's fair to say that tonight we have one topic. Pretty much, it's kind of general, but so guess what? Oh, Michael, guess what? 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 So guess what? Tell me what? Oh my gosh! If you say something like that, you have to call in. Oh God! You had a Trump rally here in Kansas City. Oh, that's awful. It's just, you guys, I'm so traumatized by this man. I don't know about you. You'll have to definitely come. Oh God, you'll definitely have to call in after the rant because we want to hear everything. I count on you to let me know what's going on. That's kind of terrifying, to be honest. So I think it's fair to say that we will definitely. I'm so naive and sheltered. It's like, I have to be honest. If I see a Trump flag, I start screaming like, like such a baby. I don't get it. I have this deep desire to underwrite Confederate flags. If I see a Confederate flag, I freak. Oh, Bakari, hello. Thank you for being here. Gary, let me just sneak this over so I don't have to keep looking sideways. What am I thinking? Gary, I just heard that Biden won the most votes ever cast for a president. Wow. That gives me so much hope in the sense that like people care. Trump flag, we have some serious stuff to work on in this country. The denial is just, oh my God, the denial is real. Michael, we just definitely need to take all the story. Yeah, I want to hear, if you have a story to tell, that's what I'm here for. I want to know what your story is. Seriously, it's amazing. So I really, I always say this, but I want people to be brutally honest tonight. Yes, my number is the same. Yes. And so the call-in number is totally different for this show than my actual number. Duh, right? I want you to be brutally honest. I know everyone is like on their best behavior and everything in the show. I'm trying to be, but please don't be. I want to know the truth. And I'm going to be pretty real tonight. So I expect you to also. Please be brutally honest. This is not a time to make nice. Our nation's democracy is at stake here. And even if Biden does win, I still think we're pretty screwed. Unless we really just regenerate and just get together. And you guys, this has got to end. This has just got to end. Michael, 4 of my friends here said they love you. Oh my God. I could kiss you. Thank you. That makes me so happy. Oh my gosh. Doom's World. I'm surprised Trump did not win Arizona, and I'm glad. Yeah, this whole thing is just Bakari, Jim Crow Joe, I don't trust, first off. Absolutely. And you know what? We've earned it. They've earned it. I don't, if you trusted them, if you trusted him or any politician at this point, I think it was kind of foolish. I hate to say it, but 2 of them want to call in next week. You're so, Michael. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're awfully sweet. This means so much to me. So enough about me. I know tonight's going to be kind of a toughie because what's going on, duh. But just bring it on, and let me make sure I don't skip anybody. Bakari, I don't blame anybody for. I mean, our nation. You have art for me. Art for me. Yay! Your arts. Okay, I'm just gonna say something. Michael is an incredible artist, and I've posted some of his stuff on here, but this guy is good, and I'm thrilled to. I love his art, and I hope you do too. So definitely look for it on my Facebook page called Angry Soccer Mom. Jamie, hello. Trump's lost his mind. He declared he won. His lawyers are suing 3 states. Trump acts like a dictator. My son is a truck driver, plans to carry his weapon with him in case things get bad on the road. Jamie, I don't blame you one bit. I have heard from people today and yesterday and weeks. And I have a friend who is a DACA recipient. His life has been torn freaking apart by this man. I have friends who are Black. I have friends who are African American, brown, mixed heritage, every damn race we can make up, because they all are kind of made up. We're all the same race, of course. Every last one of them, this man has traumatized over and over and over again. And I'm sorry, but I am just so playing this song. I know it's awful of me. I don't know if I'll get kicked off for doing it, but I have to do it because I don't know why. I know it's like way too soon. And it's this song I saw, just, a bunch of people put, these 2 guys put up. They're not like, I don't think they're famous or something, but this song really, really spoke to me. I'll play it really fast. Don't hate me for 2 seconds and then I'll go on. Okay. It was very catchy. I hope you like it. I'll turn it up. Hope you can hear it. Let's play it for a second. I'm sorry. I'm a simple woman. It's on my channel, and I started playing it like a couple days ago, and I'm like, I kind of like this. I get it. Biden's not my first choice, but for the love of freaking God, Trump is Hitler, the Roman numeral 2. And my hope is that the second, if Biden can win, God, I just hope he does. Not because, I can't wait, he's going to be the best. No, but Ronald, yes, I am a bad girl. I swear I could just play that all day. It's you guys, it's been 4 years, from when he started. The second I heard him talk, he's basically running this freaking campaign based on further marginalizing people, my fellow humans. I'm like, 4 years ago, I remember going like, what the actual fuck? Are you kidding me? And when I saw those people up there on stage with him that were going to, try to get the Republican, become the front runner, and they listened to him. Remember that giant stage? They all sat there and listened, and not one of them said, "Excuse me, are you freaking kidding me? How dare you talk about my fellow humans that way?" They all look like deer in headlight. I turned and I said, oh my God, he's going to win. And this was like, and I don't want to be right. I will be so happy but then there we go. So, and there's no guarantees tonight, but I'm just really happy to have people here who care. And this is crazy. We are so far beyond Republican and Democrat. This is about whether we have a chance, maybe, if we're really lucky and people wake the hell up and start caring about their fellow human. Maybe we can somehow make some progress, or at least undo some of the horrible things. I don't know. I have no answers. But all I can say is I am disgusted with, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Hate me if you will. I'm disgusted with white America. No, I'm not ashamed to be white. No, I don't feel guilty. I think it's disgusting. I'm disgusted with my fellow humans. And I'm sorry, not every one of them, but at least about half of them. I mean, my freaking Lord above, these people decided they would rather have a dictator, a person who is going to dictate because they love their racism so freaking much. And that is my take and my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I hate to say it, but Dave, no segue there. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. We still have a slim chance at winning Georgia, but I'm crushed at Republicans holding the Senate. The Republicans are excellent criminals. And that is the statement of that says it all. They are. And you know what? I don't think that Democrats are that close behind, but I do think there's a fundamental difference. Dave, I am happy you are here. No matter how hard the progressives and the civil rights groups try to stop them, they will always find a way to outsmart us. America is under a fascist assault that we need to defeat. I couldn't agree more. Ramses, thank you for being here. I am doing okay. My headache went away. I'm thrilled people are here. I want to know what you think. So let's get into this. A riot, huh? So Jamie, you think, is that kind of predicted, or I don't know what's going to happen, but I think that's probably smart to be ready. If you're in Trump country, and he might still win. I'm not going to even go there, but all I can say is, here's my rant. Don't hate me for it. This nation, and after the rant, call in and write in. I want to read what you have to say. And this is a quick one. I haven't done a rant in a while, but I figured today deserved a rant. This nation has got, and I took out all the swear words. Okay, I lied. I didn't. This nation has got some freaking nerve. The election so far has spoken volumes about who we are as a nation. But there's one reason, and one reason only, why this election was so damn close. And it's because this nation, we're racist as fuck here. And yes, I said it. Not to mention bigoted, misogynistic, inhumane. Okay. Our nation has some sort of obsession, like weird, sick, obsessive relationship with hatred. And this is not normal. I'm sorry. It is not normal. And I'm putting it out there tonight. Exactly what does this monster Trump and his clan of spineless kiss-ass politicians need to do? What are we waiting for them to do to make Americans decide we're done with the corruption? I will take calls in just a minute when I'm almost done with my rant, but I appreciate them. Within a few decades, I get it. White people will no longer make up the majority population in America. The fact is, many people, white folks, fear that soon we might be treated the way we currently treat Black, brown, African Americans, and Indigenous people today. Gee, it's not a wonder. But instead of doing the right thing and making sure all Americans have equity and equal justice and under the law, like our Constitution says we should have, white folks instead are desperately attempting to find ways to hold on to this sick white supremacy, this political power, while they're cheating our fellow humans out of our civil and human rights. This is so screwy. This election has exemplified our nation's culture in no uncertain terms. And don't get me wrong, I cannot overstate this. This is on us. This is who we are as a nation. And people that are doubters need to catch on. Say all you want bad about our founding fathers, but they wrote a constitution that's fluid, that should change over time with our culture. This is on us, okay? We don't want to be humane. They created a document that through representation should follow the will of the people. And honestly, no matter who wins today, tomorrow, the next day when we find out, apparently it did. Almost like 40 to 50% of Americans are perfectly okay with having a monster who's inhumane be president. So much for the blue wave. I'm disgusted. Nearly half of the Americans want a corrupt, racist president to be given another 4 years to spew his cruel corruption, basically tormenting the lives of Black, Brown, African American, Indigenous people, not to mention anyone who's poor in America, including white people. White people love this guy so much, they will vote against everything, their own best interest, just to keep him. That says it all. It's who we are. And yes, I'm disgusted. And I know people are going to jump on me. Oh, you just hate white people. And that's a bunch of bullshit. I just expect just a little more from us. I think we got to be better than this. If this is our best, it's disgusting. And that is all I have to say. Okay, that's a lie. That's not all I have to say, but my rant's over. So if you want to call in, please do so. And I have some comments to take. That's my rant and I'm sticking to it. Let me see here. Gary, I've read several posts from conservatives calling for unity. Trump supporters are being extra vile. Bay killers and bad gays remarks. Tell me more about that. I'm not sure if those are mistypes or if that's like a, here we go. Welcome to Real Talk. Can you hear me?
Hello, is this Angry Soccer Mom?
Oh, yes, and I am angry tonight. Hi, thanks for calling in. Sweet.
I could tell.
I am
This is
pissed.
Michael from Philadelphia, originally from New York City. So
Tell
I'm
us.
a New Yorker.
Thank you for calling. What's
Thank
up?
you so much. But I want to say first, for anything else besides the election, I want to thank you for what you do, for the example that you set for all of us, regardless of what the outcome is, regardless of who wins, who loses, regardless of if you have any effect on racism. You set a moral example for all of us. I look to you every week, and regardless of how I am, I can look at you to see a good person. This is someone who cares about others. This is someone who does not put herself first. This is someone who listens. And I look to you for an example of how I should be. So I just want to start with that. And you give that to us every week.
Incredibly sweet of you.
Every week.
Thank you.
Well, no, I'm serious.
It's more than I deserve.
I'm serious about that.
It's more than
I don't say much. I don't dial in. I don't do this. I don't do that. Okay, so the election. I'm going to be probably maybe a little bit contrary to typical themes here.
That's okay.
So I voted straight blue. I voted for Democrats up and down the line. Why? Well, here's the problem for me doing that. I'm a middle-aged white male, a little more than middle-aged. The Democratic Party no longer represents me. That's difficult. The Republican Party does represent the interests of white men. So we often rail against the Trumpers and the right-wingers and how they vote against their own economic interests. I just voted against my own economic interests in voting for Democrats because we can open up a whole big topic here.
I hear you.
But really, Democrats hate white men. So that's plain.
That
I'm not
has
even gonna
been
argue about that. That's
exemplified.
Just how it is.
It's been exemplified over and over again, and I tend to understand what you're saying. There's no middle ground.
Yeah. And the whole thing with reparations, and I've been told on your show by someone whose name I probably shouldn't mention, you owe me for what your ancestors did. Guess what? My ancestors were tenant farmers in Italy and peasants in Ireland who escaped the potato famine in the 1800s. I am first generation in the United States. So Whatever happened here, I had nothing to do with it. Anyway, so I'm going to go into reparations. And besides the fact, I come from poor, blue-collar roots, worked my way up, fell on my face several times, had to rebuild from nothing. And whatever little bit that I have right now, I had to scratch my nails in the dirt to get. But I never gave up and I kept on working.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I understand Bernie Sanders, I understand universal health care, and every other advanced nation across this country has universal health care. I don't mind paying more in taxes so that we can all have universal health care, even though sitting here as a white male with a job, I have good health care. Why should I pay for somebody else's health care? I want your listeners to hear from a white male's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I should have voted for Trump. If I was voting for my own economic interest, just on that one topic alone, I have health care. Why should I pay for yours? Okay.
Do you want to answer? Or
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Do you mind if I just?
Not at all.
I'm sorry. Am I cutting you off?
Nope.
I'm going to tell you why I voted against my economic interest as a white male and voted for Democrats. There's a reason. Democrats stand for the principles of our founding. And one of the most fundamental principles handed down from the Enlightenment era, written into the Declaration of Independence, is the inherent and viable rights of the individual. We are born, we take these truths to be self-evident, and these are inviolable rights just for being a human being. You have a certain intrinsic worth, and you have certain rights that belong to you just for being human. And we all must respect that, and we all must work to support that. If for me and for you and for anybody else, regardless whether they're part of my tribe, not of my tribe, not of my race, not of my ethnic background, not of my political persuasion, you are a human being with inherent and intrinsic rights that I must respect. These are things the Enlightenment is called the Age of Reason. And regardless of all the nonsense against the founders and Thomas Jefferson and slavery and everything else, yes, I hear the argument, I understand. The principles that were laid down in the beginning that come down to us now were literally a line in the sand in history. And I don't want to become boring and talk about history. That's why I voted for Democrats, because they stand up for that. So if it's going to cost me a little more in taxes to make sure everybody has what I have, I'll pay a little more, because to me, healthcare is a right. And that's a whole other topic that we could spend 2 hours talking about. And every other nation state and every other advanced nation in this world has universal healthcare. That's one issue. I'm going to leave it at that. I will let you talk, Angry Soccer Mom.
Thank you for calling in.
Nails and glitter, wherever you are, my enemy, I respect your rights as a human being. I voted for Democrats to try to keep that tradition going, regardless of whether it's in my best interest or not. Hate all white people or not. Hate all white males or not. I voted for the principles that I believe in, that Angry Soccer Mom demonstrates in her life on here every single week, week in and week out. And yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you for calling, and I appreciate it. I understand what you're saying. Thank you.
Okay, white male signing out. Bye.
Okay.
Stop hating me.
All right. Oh boy, where to start with that? I'm glad that he called in. He was not. It wasn't rude and didn't start. That's how he feels. The bottom line is, obviously, this show is not about white males. And I know some white males do feel that way. I can't answer to him in the time it would take to answer to all those things. And, do I ever have answers? But the bottom line is, for whatever reason, he gets that voting in your own best interest is not always humane. I mean, some of the people who are bazillionaires aren't voting for Trump. It would be in their best interest because they're bazillionaires and they're getting all these. But life cannot be, money doesn't add up life. There's so much more to it. And you guys right now saw where he's at. That's where he's at on the anti-racism continuum. Okay. That's where he's at. And if I can keep somebody listening and caring, then maybe someday he'll be further on it. I know every comment I've just read here, I absolutely get. That was that was quite a comment to start out with. But I am glad that he called in. I'm going to read some of the comments here. I'm not going to address all that right now because, boy, I kind of stick to the agenda. But all I can say is the Democratic Party, not just for what Michael said, the Democratic Party really, really needs to have some reformation. And part of it is progressive in America is considered normal everywhere else. We are incredibly racist in America. We have a special brand that a lot of people from other countries, they just don't get unless they've lived here and really taken notice. Our special brand, we just don't want to let go. We just don't. And I can honestly say what we as a culture, kind of just like my rant just was, we have allowed, by doing nothing or worse, perpetuating it and being a freaking overt racist, perpetuated systemic racism so that it is rampant. It's in the air, like Obama said. Now we have a person in office today who represents pretty much exactly who we are. There's no cognitive dissonance here. I'll tell you, he is who we are. And apparently, about half the nation's pretty damn proud of that. That is my biggest concern right now. Tonight, as we speak, yeah, I hope Biden wins, but that's not going to be a thing until these white folks in America pull it together, not because they're horrible, not because we hate them. I don't hate white people. I definitely don't hate white men. I don't hate anybody. It's not about hate. It's about you get born into a system. I don't care who created it. I don't care if you created it. I don't care if you didn't create it. You're benefiting from this system. You see a problem, it's horrific, it's cruel to your fellow humans, and you freaking do something. And you know what? I've voted many times against my best interest. But you see, it's not against my best interest. That's the thing. You're talking one facet, one interest, money. Sorry, doesn't cut it for me. Might be privileged talking. I don't want to live in a world where Black, brown, indigenous people who don't look white, are treated like a piece of shit. That's called quality of life. It's stressful. Yes, me as a white person, let's make it about me for a moment. I don't want to live in that world. So I could say, oh, well, I'm going to vote in my best interest monetarily. That is absolutely not in my best interest. I'm sorry. I've lived on both sides. I don't want to live in a world where my neighbor dies of something that's curable. That's unconscionable. It's fucked up. Yeah, I paid a lot more when Obamacare came in. And you know what? I said to myself, I am so lucky I can afford this. And you know what? It is the least I can do for my fellow humans to have human rights. I just don't get it. So monetarily speaking is one, and I guess we're in this, hyper capitalism and, capitalism on steroids, and maybe I'm just privileged and should be quiet, but that is not what I rule my world on, is whether I'll make a profit. I'd gladly, people who know me know I have, gladly do whatever it takes to make sure my fellow humans are okay. And I know I'm not some great person. Oh, yay, look at me. I thought this was normal until I kind of started getting into this more, and learning that a lot of people I don't know, 40 to 50% apparently, like who what I consider to be a man who has crimes against humanity. So I'm not going to go on and on. Please call in if you wish, and that would be great. A little music in the background there. I will take some comments, and the number, if you're wondering, is right up here somewhere in the comments. So let me go right down, and I will go right back. A lot of comments about his call. Every white person is somewhere on the anti-racism continuum. That somewhere might be, really in the gutter and or middle, around. The bottom line is they're somewhere, and as long as they're open enough to keep working on it, we don't have the luxury of being able to educate everybody. And so that's why I push this constantly. White America, it's time to take racial responsibility. You didn't cause this. You didn't build this, but you're here now and you benefit from the past and what's happened. Like I always say, and I'll say it again. If you're walking by your fellow human slowly drowning in a pool because they can't reach the edge no matter what they do, no matter how hard they try, do you walk by them and say, sorry, I didn't shove you in? Of course not. Do you walk by them trying their very, very best, harder than so many others, but they can't reach the edge because of the situation they're in? Do you say, I didn't build the pool, tough shit? No. So why the hell do we walk by our fellow humans who don't have the same justice, who don't have equity, who don't have and have never had equal ability to accumulate wealth? From redlining, from sundown towns, from Jim Crow, black codes. I mean, I could go on and on. If you've seen my videos, I kind of do in my videos. I kind of do go on and on. This is not something that's, slavery's over. Are you kidding me? What's been done from slavery up until currently, this second we're speaking, has been a crime against humanity. If you study our real racial history, you'll know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my 101 series. I outline in very, very nice. I outline some of the major things that will not be in your whitewashed history text in school, right? So let me take some comments. I'm going to try to move on. Let me see. You're back. Let me see here. Biden is the winner. Is that official? Big Red, thank you for being here if you're still here. And nails and glitter, that's why the Dems lose repeatedly. I'm not sure if you're referring to, they just, well, there's a part of tonight I'm going to talk about that. The Democrats really need to get with the program. If Biden wins, I'll consider it really, really, really lucky. If he doesn't, I'll consider our Democratic Republic, our oligarchy, whatever you call this thing we're living in, done. Over. You can't go back like that. And I strongly suggest if Trump does end up winning for some strange reason, that everybody get their passports, because if you think these 4 years have been bad, you have no clue what's going to happen with when he has circumvented the Constitution. No one's going to announcement. He is now a dictator. It happens slowly. It's happening. It happened. It's already happening. He's getting away with scores of unconscionable. Here's the problem, and this isn't just the problem. Part of a lot of people didn't realize this. I mean, I didn't know. Some of the things that were tradition ended up. We were thinking that they were laws, and some of the laws that actually are in effect don't have anyone to back them up and actually enforce. So a lot of the things he's doing are technically totally evil, but not illegal. And that's what a con man does. That's why you don't want a con man for president, because you see, that's the worst thing you should have. Like I'm explaining that. It's like I'm preaching to the choir here, but because every single thing they do is based on that lack of morality. I'm not talking about religion, just they're inhumane. They're corrupt. And con men are corrupt. And we didn't need to have him become president to find that out. He has quite the history well before anybody knew anything other than him, that they just thought he was some wealthy, spoiled little shit, or whatever, who liked to run his mouth. He's a eugenicist. He is absolutely pro-abortion. He's done tons and tons of interviews and talking and all these things. This is well before he even started his little show. So I'm just saying, there's no excuse. I'm done making excuses for people who support him. Okay. If you support him, then you might not be burning crosses on the lawn and going to, Ku Klux Klan meetings in your little sheets, but it wasn't a deal breaker for you. And you cannot have it both ways. You cannot simultaneously be anti-racist and support an overt, flagrant, proud racist. No one is going to make the announcement. He's now the dictator. It's just kind of de facto. It's how it's going to be. And if he does win, God help us all. That's all I can say. And that's just not my opinion. It's a lot of people's opinions who know a hell of a lot more than I do. So I'm hoping the Dems can pull it together. If Biden wins, it needs to be a rebirth, a beginning to push humane equity. And you know what? It's going to hurt a little. It's not about us. It's about the people we have let down. Decade after decade after decade. We cannot continue. Being rotten will never work long term. Look at history. Being evil will never work long term. Being humane is the only way. And I just don't get why people don't get that. But you know what? I'm very naive. What can I say? All right. Let me see here. I'm not going to get too into the comments about him because obviously he is where he is. And I will keep at it as many people will. It's really sad, but I've learned the hard way. You meet people where they're at. Otherwise, they run away. And some people are so bad off, they're not ready. And it's really sad. But I truly believe it's up to us to do what it takes. White folks, we need to educate ourselves to understand our real racial history, understand the truth. It's ugly. I'll take the ugly truth any freaking day of the week over bullshit and lies. We've had 4 years of them. It's no way to live. It's horrible. So, and he knows all these arguments. He knows them all. Okay, let me just take it. Okay, let me just catch up. Okay. Michael says, preach it. Thank you. And yes, after the show, you can call me. Absolutely. Pluviophile. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Pluviophile. I'm going to look that up. Some don't even know how the suburbs were created. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you don't, that's a fantastic point, actually. If you're a white person, whatever, you don't know our own racial history, done. Welcome. If you don't know our own racial history, then no offense, but it is so vast and so kept secret because it's ugly. Oh my God, is it ugly? I'm not talking about even during slavery. Yeah, that's like sick as hell. I'm talking even right after, after and up till today and today. It is so incredibly bad that you really are inept and ignorant to understand what's happening today. If you don't know our real racial history, then your opinion is ahistorical and extremely ignorant. And I'm sorry, all opinions aren't equal. You have to understand the truth about our own racial history to understand the horrific social issues we have today. I don't think it's rocket science to say this. And so if you don't, it's our responsibility, not the responsibility of people who are oppressed. They do not have any responsibility to be our teachers. Okay? We need to teach ourselves and then get our asses out there and teach others. So let me take more comments. So back to this pluviophile, 100%. What you said, wait, let me back it up. If you don't know how suburbs were built, if you don't understand that our culture, our society, which has been a white majority, we caused purposeful inner city poverty. We did it at the state, city, town, and federal level, and it was legal. We purposely caused inner city poverty. Look up redlining, not just like, the definition. It's an extensive thing that was absolute, and they still do it today. It's just very, very overt because it is illegal. It doesn't stop people from getting their houses assessed for property taxes as lower. It doesn't stop if you're brown, black, or indigenous. It doesn't stop people from getting redlined from anything from bank loans, home loans, everything. And it doesn't stop the de facto. You can't change someone's heart. That's the bottom line. You can't. And that is a real tough thing. And that is why grassroots education is imperative. I was disgusted by today. I hope Biden wins for the reasons I discussed earlier, but it'll mean nothing unless we start working together to educate white folks. These are our fellow humans, for God's sakes. This is not, people always say, you should debate a Trump supporter. I'm like, no, I shouldn't. Because what am I going to say? Okay, if we're going point to point, they'll say, you did it. And I'll say, okay, you're just like a horrible human being. You're an asshole. You don't like your fellow humans and you're rotten to them and you're willing to, what am I going to say to them? Just call them names? That's not a debate. Human and civil rights in America is not a debatable issue in my mind. So why would I debate somebody who supports inhumanity and cruelty to our fellow human beings? What am I going to say? You're a jerk. That's not an argument. So no, I won't debate a Trump supporter. I will educate one. I will meet them where they're at on the yes, they're still on the white person on the anti-continuum. They're just really low, but they're still on it somewhere. It is a very steep curve. Like you need me to tell you that. But pluviophile, spot on. Yep. Let me see. Let me back it up. Okay. Democrats don't care about unity. That's Ramses. After the show, sleeping. That's what I'm doing, Michael. Talking to you for a few minutes. Nails and glitter. The Democrat Party is why this storm is so storm is so close. They're really just Republican classic. Yeah. See, here's the thing. And Nails and glitter. I don't speak for you. I do not speak for you. But I think what you might be trying to say is that we are so not progressive in America. Our supposed progressive is called acting like a freaking human in most other nations. Okay. Americans need to start traveling. Not that that's going to happen anytime soon, but we really do, because we have a special brand of racism here. And it's disgusting. In 2020? Oh my God. I can't normalize it. Anyway, enough about that. Let me keep taking comments. Pluviophile. A lot of white people think their ancestors got what they did without government assistance. And that's another good point. Maybe you should come on the show and be a guest host. Yes, that they do think that. They don't study history. They don't study the details of history. Government assistance in the form of social programs is as American as America, okay? And to think otherwise is really quite naive. Ever been to a library? Have you driven your car on a road? Hospital? School? We have so much low-hanging fruit, like I like to call it. In other words, things that could be improved so easily with so little effort. What we do now with brown, black, indigenous, people of mixed heritage, everyone who's not lily white and at least fairly well off, is purposeful. Yes, I said it. Purposeful. We have solutions to these problems. Police brutality? Give me a break. Don't tell me we have no solutions. I've seen model towns that went from A to Z with regards to humanity and taking care of people and helping them. Not going and assuming they're horrible humans and shooting them. We have solutions. We just don't freaking want to use them. And that's the truth. And that is what I have come to. That's a conclusion I've come to. Not by watching TV, not by watching Fox News, but by reading and listening and learning. It's not a big jump. We have solutions. We just don't want to use them. We, as white folks, in general, and no, I am not talking about you specifically, we do what it takes to uphold our supremacy status. And I find it disgusting. And I know I'll get lots of hate mail, but you know what? I'm kind of used to it. I don't really care. I can only speak the truth. I can't lie. It's kind of a problem I have. I don't know. I can lie, but not very well. I don't want to lie because the truth is so powerful. Like Pluviophile says, white folks in general, I don't want to misquote you here. I think you're trying to say is we don't know our own racial history. Hell, we don't know our history and we don't seem interested in it. And once you get interested, oh my God, it's incredible. If you're anything like me, I just was like, oh my God, like I want to know more. I crave to know the truth because when I was a little girl, I saw what was going on and I had no clue. I actually didn't understand. I'm just going to say it. When I passed, I'm from LA. I was raised in LA for 32 years. I worked in Compton, okay? I passed Compton before I worked there. I was a school teacher there during the LA riots. Okay, long story. I passed that as a little kid. And I was raised in the era of colorblindness. My parents were not overtly racist, but they also didn't say a damn thing about it. So it was like this thing that nobody talked about. And I'm this dingbat little kid going, what's going on here? And why is nobody talking about it? Well, because I was around white people. No one was talking about it. I had to figure it out myself, which is lovely, but it's very confusing. And I'd pass by Compton and I'd see lots of people who didn't look like me. I was a little slow. I didn't get like why or what, but I saw that they lived in places that had very poor infrastructure, graffiti. I have eyes. I could see. And I was like, the dork kid that I was thinking, why would they want to live together like that? Gosh, I don't get it. I didn't know, and no one was going to tell me. They want to live in impoverished places where their kids' schools, the taxes from the impoverished places are what pays for school. That's why schools, a lot of it, schools in really, really areas that have been redlined to death and nobody is willing to put money into the infrastructure. That's why the schools are so bad too. That's sick. Tying the taxes, housing taxes and business taxes to the schools in redline areas. What kind of schools are you going to get like that? Compton, I didn't have any books. I was a 4th, 5th grade teacher. I didn't have any books. You heard me right. Now for me, I'm kind of nuts, and I loved it because I went home and wrote my own curriculum. It took me hours and hours, but it's what I did. It's what I loved. And I got to teach what I wanted. So it was kind of cool. And this was a long time ago. But not having books, the kids need books. They're kids. They need books. And the school had like no money for anything. I mean, I started an after school club for having a school newspaper, and there was no money for anything like that. I mean, but I just did it because, in those days you just did what you did. But what I'm trying to say is it's all on purpose. This is not an accident. We just don't know what to do. How about share the taxes with the wealthy place around the corner who's buying smart boards before they even freaking come out to the public, and every kid has their own laptop? How about spread the wealth a little? And not a chance in hell that's going to happen. Not a chance. I'm telling you, it's on purpose. Okay, sorry. Pluviophile, you have triggered me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Pluviophile, let me see here. Go back. Nails and glitter. Dems lose repeatedly because they keep trying to appeal to the Republican voters while alienating the left. Yeah, and when we go too far left, once again, it is not linear. It is a circle. You go too far left and you are the dictator you speak of. Okay? And that is part of what Michael is talking about. That is all men are rapists. That is all men are racist haters. They're not somewhere on the anti-racism continuum. No way. They're all at the bottom. See, it's this all or nothing thing that is just killing us. I don't want to get into it, but that's just my take. It's all your fault, Pluviophile. I blame you completely for triggering me. Okay, and nails. Yeah, nails and glitter. Absolutely. I understand what you're saying. Some don't see it now because they're getting what they want for now. Yeah, we're in our own worlds. And also, Pluviophile, that's true. And also, we are as segregated as pre-64. Most people I met about 10 years ago when I was starting to try to educate folks did not have a single solitary close friend who wasn't white just like them. We are so segregated. And here's the thing. A long time back, I started a group for beginners because I felt like there was like this, there's no niche. There was a niche that wasn't being filled, basically. It was a place where it was intersectional. It was before the word really was around, except in academia, where come on down. I don't care where you live. Come on, jump onto the group. You're going to meet Muslims. You're going to meet Quakers. You're going to meet Christians, Jewish people, Palestinians, Israelis. You're going to meet people who are lesbians. You're going to meet people who are transgender. You're going to meet people you'd never meet in your entire life if you didn't come into this group. And guess what? It was a little experiment. People became great friends. And all of a sudden, when someone talks about someone who's transgender, they can say, excuse me, I have transgender friends, and that's not true. Or my friends that are transgender aren't like that. Or my Christian friends don't do that. I have tons of Black friends. They're not like that. You can stand up for somebody because you're good friends with them, and you're not going to let your friend get thrown under the freaking bus by some ignorant moron. So I'm not saying that very eloquently, but it's true. We are all a handshake away and an introduction from being more than just strangers. It's incredible what happens when you say, hi, my name is, and you listen to the person. Most white folks don't have, 3 out of every 4 white people in America don't have a single solitary close friend who isn't just like them. How in the world would they know and learn our real racial history? Sure as hell is not going to be from school. So, oh my God, I'm on a rampage. But yeah, we don't see it because we don't have to see it. Great points. Now stop triggering me. I'm going to move on. Just kidding. Okay. Let me see. Uh-oh. I am way behind. Let me just catch up. Some don't, right, some don't think he's a dictator. I don't get that, but yeah, absolutely. Oh, I have some people that go on and not on my feeds. I'm not on Facebook personally anymore because I was kicked off for life. Lucky me, whatever that means. Okay, it means I can't go on Facebook, but I do see other people's feeds, and there are people who are truly they don't understand. Fox News told them that there is so much corruption. But my problem is this. Okay, so Fox News told them that, and every other news outlet that's, considered a known brand name in the entire world is lying. I don't know. I was just raised to question things, and that's just a little bit of a push for me. Fox News is the only media, Breitbart and some of the really, really, really hardcore right racist, overtly proud media organizations, maybe, but in general, every single media outlet in the entire world is wrong, and Fox News is right. I'm sorry. It's called critical thinking skills. I don't know what else to say. Done. You should definitely call in if you have anything to say. And if any breaking news comes, I better keep going because I don't want to be blabbing while breaking news is happening. Dave Farley. Americans get scared too easily about socialism. They aren't all white either. Lots of Hispanics from Cuba and Venezuela seem to love right-wing authoritarianism. I heard, Dave, that's a good point. I heard that a lot of people, Cuban people from Florida, fell for Trump's total bullshit, saying Biden's going to be a socialist. I did a video, must have been like 8 months ago or 9 months ago, very simple video on the difference between socialism, capital. These are very, very kind of vague general terms. Communism and socialism and social programs and just stuff like that. And I just wish people would. It's not hard to learn. I think the Democrats have done a really, really poor job of explaining it. Unfortunately, I guess they don't think it's their place. But when people think creating social programs means you're a communist, it's like, okay, maybe Democrats need to explain, because clearly it's not good. If somebody like Trump, who clearly has no clue or is a really good fake, and he lies, can trick you into something you can look up in the dictionary, I'm sorry, that's just crazy. Cleophile, my username means one that loves the rain. Thank you. I was laughing because I'm like, I am so looking that up after it probably means like something like, and I'm like saying it over and over, thank God. It's like probably like a swear word in some other language. I'm just kidding. Thank you. I'm happy you said that. Don, great show. You're doing a wonderful job. I agree with everything you've said. Oh, yay. Yay me. You've been so excellent. I don't know what else I could add. Let me know if you want me. I would love, Don, you are such a sweetheart. Thank you for being so supportive. I would love you to call in if you have anything to say about this crazy, crazy, insane election. Supposed to be a blue wave. Not with the racism we have in America. No way. Wasn't going to happen. People, when white folks ask me about racism for the first time, and they're beginners, like, they've never met anyone who's Black. And let me tell you, there's a lot of white people who don't know anyone who's Black. Surprise. They don't know anyone who's brown. They don't know anyone who's Indian, like from India. They don't know anyone who's Native, which could be Black, brown, anything. They've never met or talked to somebody in their entire life. Okay? These people, where do you think they're getting their information? School's not going to teach them. We whitewash everything. The media. the media is unbelievable. And what Purify was saying about, or I don't know if that was that you or no, what Dave was saying about Latinx and people who are South American, Cuban, people who are brown and in Central and South America. Trump, I heard on the news, Trump literally tricked the Cuban people into saying Biden's going to be just like it was in Cuba. And, they don't, apparently some of it kind of worked, because I heard that. And also people in the Democratic Party, and I'm independent, I've never joined any of those things. They don't seem to understand that there are different people. Like, it's not all grouped into one. There are people from all over the world that have different cultures. We got to get our act together here. Cubans are not the same as a person from Mexico or Venezuela, so we got some issues. I know people up where I live who've never had Chinese food before. Yes, I'll say it again. I have people up where I live. I don't live in LA anymore, who have never had Chinese food. Okay. That is like, because, it's just not American, and they don't know. And, they are missing out. That's all I can say. Had Thai food? No way. Japanese food? No way. People, we got to grow up in America, and the entire world is really passing us by. Let me see. Michael Williams, thank you so much. I thank you for your kindness. Robert, John McCain's spirit is fighting against Trump in Arizona. I hope so. I have nothing but respect for John McCain. That, to me, he's amazing. I hope so. He's an amazing human being who, I think he would be just so devastated if he were here right now. And I respect the hell out of him. I'm not a Republican. You don't have to be a racist piece of shit to be a Republican. Okay? Now I guess you do, but that's not really the real, it's not even being conservative fiscally doesn't have to mean you're an asshole as a human being. It's obviously come to that, but I don't know. Long story. Robert, that is a really nice thing to say. Twiz and press returns. Voting means nothing. Presidents are selected, not elected. I know a lot of people feel that way, and I'm sure you are very much right. I don't know how Biden got to be the man. Greetings. Can you give some examples? I need to know of what, because I took too long to get there. But I will, if I could. Let me see. An example whereby European solutions have implemented these solutions that have caused great development to non-white world. No, I can't. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. I'm just a little bit confused. Let me just read it again. Example of where European solutions. Yeah, actually, I probably could, but it's not really the topic that I go over. Certainly, there have been things that were developed by Europeans that have been implemented in other countries. But overall, I know what you're getting at. We have abused pretty much the brown and black world in many, many ways on an extremely large scale. Is that kind of what you're getting at? Absolutely. I'm sure nothing is 100% one way. Sadly, because if you find one example that shows it's not, then you're wrong. So sure, there's probably an example of something we could come up with. Overall, if I'm understanding you correctly, absolutely. We've been barbaric. And you might say, well, that's just the way it is. And, but I don't care. Personally, I take personal responsibility and it stops with me. That might be the way it is, but not when I'm here. I'm going to stand up against it. I might be the only one on the planet. I don't care. I'm not going to hurt my fellow humans like that. I'm just not. I have no power, no more than any average person. But anyway, I get your point. I think I do. I hope I do. Pluviophile. I don't mean all white people. No, it's fine. The bottom line is saying white people doesn't have to mean everybody, but you don't need to say not all white people. White folks who are pretty good with who they are, they know. It's like when you're in a classroom and the teacher says, you know what, people are way too noisy. This classroom is way too noisy in here. We're going to stay in for PE or for, recess or whatever these evil teachers do. I don't know. And the kid's like, well, I didn't do anything, but they're part of a society. Okay. So don't even get me into it. When most people in the society are doing something, I hate to say it, you're still part of that society. And so it's just called taking responsibility. Let me see. Kasuo from India. Yay. Thank you for being here. I hope you're still here. Did anyone tell you that Louisiana was founded by Black people? LA was founded by Black people? Tell me more. Harper, hi, you're just on time. Black schools are seriously underfunded in inner city impoverished neighborhoods. Absolutely. In nice, decent middle class, whatever, like decent in the sense that all of the businesses haven't bailed and left everyone for dead neighborhoods, they're pretty decent too. It's the inner cities and red line districts that we screw over big time. When your property taxes are what pays for your schools, talk about a cycle of impoverishment. It's purposeful. Just my take. Okay, let me get more comments. I'm so darn happy that people are here tonight. Let me see. Oh my goodness. I'm going to stop commentating here and get some. Let me just back it up. Okay, Pluva, I was bused to school when I was young. Whenever I missed the bus, I had the option to go to the neighborhood school for the day to be counted present. The neighborhood schools were way behind. I think we need to get you on here. That's the thing. A lot of people hate Common Core, but it is a standard that makes it so that with this kid from an impoverished school, they can't help it. They think they're getting straight A's and they go to college and they are like, what the hell? Because they haven't kept the standards. That is a good way to tell if your school is doing your kids right or not, having Common Core. As a teacher, I was a special ed teacher for years and a regular ed teacher. And that is one upside of having it. There's a lot of downsides too, but still, I'm just saying, absolutely. So what you're saying is so real. You can go to one school, go a couple miles this way, and the fifth graders are at 10th grade level. The fifth graders at the other school are at like fourth grade level. It's really a mess, and they think it's all fine. People deserve an excellent education. We're a wealthy country. We can do this. We choose not to. So these are choices, my opinion. But let me see. Great points. Pluviophile, I think people learn more and grow stronger when around mixed groups of, absolutely. Heterogeneous group is always proven to be better than a homogeneous. And that's, as a teacher, obviously I have a master's degree in education and they pound that into your head. And it's true. It's counterintuitive for racists though. That's like, what? No way. So it's like, it's us. We have screwed up morals. We don't have to have screwed up morals. It's a choice. We're fearful. We're very fearful people. It's unbelievable. Michael, oh, you're so good to me. I love your insight so much. I can learn from you daily. Thank you. Castle, I'm happy you're here. Thank you, Michael. How often do you have? Oh, I do live shows every Wednesday at 9 Eastern. That's what I try to do. That's why today is like, the election. But yeah, I'm trying to build, viewers, and basically my viewers are my friends. That's basically the way I look at it. The only reason I really want to is because on YouTube, the more people you have, the more they push your videos. And I love doing educational videos about hidden history, our own hidden history. I think learning about hidden history in America is absolutely essential for white folks to understand the truth about our racial history, because it is kept from us. Our parents don't teach us usually. The schools, oh God, they don't teach us. You should see where the curriculum comes from. And with the era of colorblindness, you either teach yourself and figure it out, or happen to get lucky and become really good friends with somebody who is not white. I guess you could call it white, which is of course made up anyway, like you, and you find out the truth. Or if you're really, really impoverished and happen to, not that all Black, brown, and Indigenous people are impoverished, it's absolutely not true. But if you do find yourself in the inner city that was redlined and purposely created, and you're a white, impoverished person, maybe you'll learn that way. Guess what? They're human beings. 3 out of every 4 white people in America today do not have one single close friend who's not just like them. That's a setup for total inhumanity. So, yep. Let me see here. I got those history dads okay, we'll talk. Michael, we'll definitely talk. Twiz 13 Empress, why are majority white people happy with the fact that they don't have to see racism? That's no excuse. Brown folks can claim they don't have to see LGBTQ when their culture does not encompass it. I think what it has to do with is power and status. If you are the given and you don't consider yourself part of a white group, but white people get very pissed off when you say white people. You can clear a room, just say white people, and that's like, because that to them is just like ultimate insult. Most of us white folks, and I don't speak for white folks, I can speak for myself, don't consider us to be part of the white folks. We're the given, we're the norm. Everybody else is the other. It's a psychological way of looking at it. We don't have to look at it. Why should we? It's not on our radar. We don't have friends that are being discriminated against, receiving total injustice, getting, pulled over every 5 seconds. We don't, it's not a part of our lives. We listen to the television and media for the most part, not online now, obviously. It's not on our radar. And that's why people were so pissed off when Colin Kaepernick dared. My God, the gall of that man. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. The gall of that man. He dared to kneel after talking to military people and asking the correct way to do it that's respectful. He dared to kneel instead of stand up and sing the most racist song. If you knew Francis Scott Key's all the verses, you'd know why it's just so hypocritical to stand for that. And he dared to do that. And the white folks watching football didn't like it. Because you know what? We enjoy not having to think about that. We don't want to think about that. We want to watch athletes that are brown and Black and African American, Indigenous. We want to do that. But we don't want to think about their human rights. And he pissed white people off because he kind of threw it in our face. Now we couldn't watch our favorite sports people. We had to think about them as humans. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You might think, oh, come on, angry soccer mom. Sorry, I'm telling it like I see it. Let me see here. Can I answer that one? Some of the things you're asking me, I would love to talk about. You should PM me because I can't speak for all people, but I do know the power differential. Whoever's in power or in the majority, which isn't always the person in power, has the privilege to not have to care unless they feel like it. And I don't know if that answers your question, but it's just it's sociology. I mean, I hope that helps a little bit. Why are white folks the only ones who can say they don't need to see this and that? Because we consider ourselves to be in power and we consider ourselves to be the given. And so that's just other people's. We don't, it's racist. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of it's our white privilege on steroids, basically. And also, and this is not defending, this is just being factual. Our culture does an excellent job of making sure we don't get it. We don't teach any of it in school. We make it all pretty and nice. Thanksgiving, holiday, beautiful, lovely, natives together. Oh, please, seriously? Here, have some food, and then we murder them all. I mean, we are full of shit, basically. I don't know how else to put it. We're totally full of shit. We dream of Columbus coming. I mean, we're full of shit. I don't know what to say. I hope that answers your question. We have a nice little I like to say, what are the color of the skies in your world? We're not real. And yes, Europeans and white people have done incredible things, but we've also done incredible crimes against humanity. I won't go black and white on you guys. And that's what bugs people a lot. Okay. People want black and white. That's it. You're either evil, completely evil, horrible, or you're an angel. Sorry, it's not really how life is. So yeah, it's our privilege, I guess. Let me just see here. Right. We don't have to learn about other races and languages unless we want to. I know you are asking me respectfully, and it's kind of something I would be happy to discuss with you privately. But all I can say is it has to do with the power differential and how our culture looks at differences. We are really not as open as we seem, but you have excellent questions. Let me see. Yes, real Chinese food. Oh my God. Yes. Alan, so ironic that all lives matter crowd doesn't believe that all votes matter. That is an excellent point. That's an excellent point. I'm finding a lot of things that the all lives matter crowd does that are kind of hypocritical. It seems like really hypocritical in general, but great comment as always. Thanks, Alan. I'm happy you're here. I'm not sure if you're still here, but thank you for joining in and adding excellent. So true. A lot of truths. So you can. Oh, my friend said he can call in. He's Mexican. Sure, give him the number anytime. Thank you, Michael. You mentioned that Europeans had solutions. You asked me a question. If a European person had ever had a solution to anything for people who are not European, and I have to say probably yes, because it's to think not would be like an extreme answer. Twiz 13 Empress, I can't help but feel like you're trying to say something, but you're not saying it. Please do speak up and say what you're really trying to say. I would like to know. If it's unkind, Well, but it's true. So be it. But do tell me, 'cause I'm getting confused. Don, you've done a wonderful job making all of your points this evening. Thanks, Don. You're so sweet. Come on to the show next time, Don. Okay. Don, you're such a sweetheart. I would like to know what solutions have Europeans implemented to brown and black folks that have made real impacts or development? That's not my specialty. I could name a bunch of things, but it's not really my like area of, I can't say they never have. I mean, anything that a person who's considered European has created that a black or brown person has utilized is something that's been good for them. Let me see. Nails and glitter. Let me see. I'm going to back it up because it just scrolled. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay. I'm getting there. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Let me just back it up. Okay. Let me back it up. I'm so sorry. I'm going to find. Going back. Oh, thank you, Nails and Glitter, for putting the number. Thank you. And I'm so sorry. There's so many comments. I cannot keep up. Okay, Nails and Glitter. She has said she doesn't believe white people should tell black and brown people. Right. Okay. Thank you, Nails and Glitter. Maybe that's what she's getting at. The Empress is getting at. I'm calling you the Empress because it's like the one where I can kind of twist. Yeah, I can pronounce it. Okay. The Empress Returns. This show, if people who are brown, they have more active melanin in their system and their skin is tanner and browner and blacker, are on here. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You are a gift to white folks because what you have to say is about your real life and your real emotions and your real feelings. And that is a gift that many of us will never otherwise get. And I consider you telling us your feelings about racism and bigotry, inequality, injustice, and all the lot to be a gift. But it is not necessary. It is not something that we are owed. It is a gift. This show, I do this show for white folks. I do not have absolutely any right, or I mean, it would be arrogant and conceited and obnoxious. And basically, it would be pushing my white supremacy, I guess you could say, or my white privilege to think, why the hell do I know better how to solve the problems of Black, brown, African-American, Indigenous, people of mixed? No, that's not my lane. That's obnoxious. This show is for white folks, like I say at the beginning, but it is also for anyone else who wants to help contribute. But I do not tell Black people the solutions. Who the hell am I? I'm not a Black person. That's ridiculous. I support people who are Black, brown. I use my white privilege to try to give a voice to people. But that maybe that helps to clarify. I think, Nails and Glitter, you might have hit on it. That would be incredibly conceited. I don't know more than the people living this in America. I don't care where I've worked. I don't care if I lived in Compton as a white person. I am not a Black person. I will never know. But it doesn't mean I don't try. It doesn't mean I don't drop my freaking ego and try to learn from my fellow humans. I hope that helps. Okay, because I can definitely tell you're getting at something, but I'm not like sure what, and I don't want to guess. One of the reasons I do this show is because this is the simplest thing on the planet, and you're going to laugh. I just want white folks to see like this average white person talking about racism. I live through it every time. Because a lot of white folks are really scared to talk about racism. They're afraid they're going to sound racist. They don't know the words to use. They don't know what to say. They don't want to insult somebody. Well, of course they don't. But see, that's a great excuse for never doing anything. We live in a society that is systemic racism is everywhere. It is what we do. If we are too afraid as white people to, get a little vulnerable and have to learn and make mistakes and feel stupid and feel like people hate us, and then we'll never get anywhere. It is not the responsibility of the people who we, as a society, have oppressed to teach us. It is on us. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now, when I first started this kind of show, I would have guests on all the time. And my whole thing was I had this great idea. I'd be in the corner just like kind of running it. But I can't get enough people to come on who are brown and Black because they're afraid. They don't want to put their face on. And I don't blame them. Would you want to put your face on this show with people like Trump people and get death threats and all that crap? Oh, my God. I can't ask that of people. And some people do. A lot of the people who come on actually are kind of academics. They're not afraid to come on. And it's like, I think there's something to that. But the average person who's not like way into academia is like, hell no, I'm not coming on so that I can have some psycho, it's scary. And it's really, really disgusting. And so that's one of the reasons I do the show. I don't know if that answers any of your questions. Nails and glitter, you put it very well. She advocates for white people to get their heads out of their asses and stop the current exploitation. Exactly. See, you should be, yeah, that's it. That. Thank you. Okay. What is the number? Oh, okay. Michael, you got the number from Nails and Glitter. Nails and Glitter, I owe you big time. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to skip a little bit of this because I am way behind. Do you live chat calls made to you? Plutiophile, you mean if you want to call in, absolutely call in. I don't know if you were here earlier, but we already had somebody call in and he did a big thing. Absolutely, the number's somewhere in there. I think there's some, I will get, okay, I'm trying to see. Oh, Plutiophile, do I accept people contacting you to make, oh God, absolutely. Absolutely. Gee, thanks, Bob. I'm glad you're getting something out of this. Okay, sorry. Yes, Plutiophile, absolutely. In fact, I kind of like beg for it. I want people to, because I want to pick topics that are, really real and good, but I don't know, but I have a ton of people who send me. The thing I love the most is I can't keep up with this like current like thing turning over every, the news turns over like, well, now every 5 minutes, but people, my friends and viewers and people who support what I'm trying to do, doing it on as big a scale as I can. I mean, I don't have money to like get everyone to like listen to me, all that stuff. So what I do is I just try to build it how I can with people's help. So, wow. With that being said, if you're new to the show, please consider subscribing. And what that does is it makes my videos go higher up in it's kind of a formula that YouTube has, and I really don't know much about it. Can you tell? So that's what happens. I've seen it happen. It's really cool. If you like put a thumbs up, I'm really bad with social media, you guys. I am like the disabled of social media. Okay, I'm not going to go on and on. If you put like thumbs up, it slowly makes your stuff get higher and higher so that more people see it. My goal is to have more white folks see the live show and all videos because, like I said, they're for white people. I'm not going to be teaching people who live this. What am I going to tell them? I mean, once in a while, I'll probably have something that, oh, people go, oh, I haven't heard of that before, but that's normal. But I'm not. No, I don't go there. Michael sounds great. I hit the bottom. The dreaded algorithm, which Nails and Glitter has actually taught me a lot. Okay, so here's the bottom line question. I want to know, what have you been thinking today about this insanity? Anastasia, welcome. Oh my gosh, I'm excited you're here. Jump on in. You are right on time. I want to do a quick little life journal. Welcome. Happy to have you. All right, Twizzlers 13, following answers on the spot. We want action. We want to see them in real time. I absolutely get what you're saying. Tonight's topic is actually the election and anything you feel or think or whatever about the election. But I tried to answer you the best I could. And unfortunately, I think I have failed. Please get a hold of me if you want in person, and I will talk with you on the phone or whatever. Okay. Nails and Glitter has answered the question. She says, and I hope this is correct what you're talking about. Nails and Glitter, absolutely fucking shit show. Anastasia, I've been thinking, why is anyone surprised? White America chose white America as usual. That's okay. I don't want to be a show off, but I was telling my family, he's going to win. He's going to win. I don't care what the polls say. We are closet racists, many of us. We know it's wrong, but we can't stop ourselves. People coming out of exit polls, they're full of shit. They're not going to tell people the truth. I guess some people have a little shame, but not much. Pluriophile, is there a way to contact you without having my voice on live chat? I know people will not know who I am, but I still get nervous. Oh, I get so nervous. Absolutely. I am actually, okay, I'm going to just tell you something, Pluriophile, and I'm just saying, I spent all 4 years of high school eating lunch alone in the library. I was so shy. So yes, my Angry Soccer Mom page on Facebook. Actually, I could probably get it. Okay, I'll put it on at the very end. You can personal message me and I'll just give you my phone number. You can call me and that's it. Okay? If you feel comfortable doing that, if that's okay. All right. Let me see. Go back. Oh, so yes. And the culmination of dumbing down of America appears to be have society. Yeah. It's hard to say. I mean, I just life journal. I know what you're saying. I think a lot more white folks are starting to open up the freaking eyes to the truth, but not enough. It's just not enough. I think I wasn't shocked. Disappointed, I think is a better word for it. Let me take some more comments, but very, very, very. All right. Empress, in terms of solutions, I think you might be missing what I was saying. I don't give solutions to people who live it. What solutions would I give them how would I know better than the people living it? So I don't have solutions for you. I definitely have seen model programs of things that work and whatnot, but I don't have solutions for you. That is not my place. That would be inappropriate, arrogant, and like I said, kind of spewing privilege and white supremacy to the max. I don't have solutions, but I can read what people say. And usually, we get a few hundred people seeing this. It depends. I used to get 1,000. It's gone down. It's gone up. So there we go. My solution personally is to educate white folks about the truth. And that is eye-opening, and it changes lives and it changes attitudes. A law can't change someone's heart. I wish it could, but it can't. Knowledge can. And I've seen people who were off the charts at the lowest part of the anti-racism, and I've seen them over the years, and it's a very steep learning curve, go up, 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 up. And I've seen miracles. I kid you not. But it is a long process. This is not an accident. We are all indoctrinated into a culture of white supremacy. Even if you are not white, ever heard of self-hatred? People who, are like, want to be like the white people, and they think that we have to approve of them. And it's an indoctrination. So that's as far as I can go. Sounds good, Michael. And I think Life Journal, I kind of messed up on the culmination of dumbing down of America. I'm not sure if I got your point exactly. I apologize. I'm trying to think about that. Separation is the best I can see for Natives right now. Yeah, a lot of people believe that. I did an interview a bunch of months back with the guy that, Philip Scott, who runs the African diaspora, and he definitely thinks people need, Black, brown, Indigenous people, African Americans need an out plan. At the time, this was probably like, God, has it been a year? Oh my God. I wasn't quite there yet. He asked me what I thought, and I was like, I'm still keeping hope, but I mean, easy for me to say, right? But I have friends that absolutely believe that. Hey, I'm always telling people, get your passports. I don't know if we'll ever come around. It's been so long. I don't know what's wrong with folks who can't get this. They just don't want to get it. We have a serious cultural issue in America. Okay. Let me see. Oh, goodness. I'm skipping by accident. Sorry. Anastasia, the solution is Black people, women, and people of color need to stop upholding white supremacy. Sure, yeah, that's definitely. I know some Black folks, like, they please white people. I'm like, why? You don't owe white people anything. If anything, we should be trying to overcompensate for it's just, we're all indoctrinated, and I've seen it really bad, and I've seen people who push back on it. But that's a nice comment. Thank you for that. Let me see. We've been planning on leaving this cesspool for a year and won't look back. Yep. I have no, you know what? This is the way I look at it. How long do people wait to hear promises after promises after promises? A week, a month, a year, 10, a century? I don't know. But all I know is there are solutions. And there's something symbiotic about capitalism and racism. It's like they go together, kind of. So I don't know if they have to go together, but it just seems like they do. And I don't blame anybody who wants out. I can't judge you. My God, how long are you supposed to wait and keep being abused? I don't blame anybody who wants out. Life Journal. The allegiance, devotion, and support of Trump is the culmination of America's dumbing down. Thank you. Yes, Exactly. And I don't know if you've seen my other stuff that I do, but thank you for clarifying that. That's what I want. Critical thinking skills. They are something that it's like a gift that we are not just all about instinct like animals. We're the humans. We get to actually get afraid, yet not lash out. Do you bite someone when you're afraid? Okay, I don't, but animals do that. We can want to bite somebody or, whatever we do, but not do it because we're human. We can use our critical thinking skills. The problem is some people aren't using them. And I don't know why. I think it's out of fear. I have no answers. I don't know why white folks cling on to this ridiculous human construct of racism. I don't get it. I'll go to my grave not getting it. And it's something I have come to just accept. We have to use our critical thinking skills. The fairness doctrine is long gone. Media is not going to be fair. Citizens United saying that corporations are humans. That's insane. Corporations are there to make money. They are not there to be humane. They are not there to make sure you're okay. Okay. We need our government to stop being, capitalism wasn't supposed to be a lifestyle. It was supposed to be an economic, a way we do our economy, and it's become a lifestyle. Greed over humans. We have for-profit healthcare in America. That is just goddamn pathetic. We have for-profit prisons with mass incarceration. Gee, I wonder who's making money off that. That's unconscionable. And you know who's in it more often than not? People who aren't white. Disgusting. It is a crime to be poor in America. We got issues. Life Journal, thank you so much for being here. I saw an adios. Thank you so much for being here. I really am thrilled to have it. I do this every week. I'm going to back it up because I know I skipped. We just go back. I'm in MS. Oh, okay. And these people voted to keep Jim Crow separate water fountains. This is crap we have here. That's terrifying. That's freaking terrifying. I cannot imagine. Actually, my family and I were talking and we were like, you know what? This is terrible. We're just talking. We weren't really talking, but it seems like a lot of the people in the South who are white just do not seem to want to act human. Maybe they should just have their own little place and just go off and leave the other people who actually give a shit about their fellow humans and want to have a nice, peaceful life alone. I mean, it's disgusting. How long does it take for you to realize that the guy sitting next to you who's darker skinned than you is a human? I don't know. I just expect more from white folks. Sorry. I don't get it. I don't understand the South, the whole philosophy. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what? I don't want to get it because anything they'd say is just inhumane. I don't want to get it. So anyway, enough about me. Yeah, that's amazing. That is just amazing, Anastasia. That's incredible. Okay. Empress says, Anastasia, doctor, great thinking, and I wish you well, but never forget that even when we leave the West, the Europeans seem to follow us, just can't leave us alone. Yeah, that's a very good point. Absolutely. This is worldwide. We like to think we're special in America, and I think our type of racism is special. Our systemic racism is special, but we're not that special. a Life Journal, we are not neither are we a monolith. Absolutely not a monolith. I have I mean, I'm going to be that person. I have a Black friend. I have literally hundreds of very close friends who are not white, and every last one of them is different. There's no even categories. It is, no one's a monolith, and neither are white folks, except the way I look at the white folks is if we have a racist president and he gets in, then we're pretty much racist. Because if we weren't, we wouldn't have it. We get what we want. We're the majority. So that, I don't, there's nothing more to say. Let me see here. Michael's back. All right. This is something I wanted to just go over really fast. Let me see. And see if this will bring out some comments or questions about what you think about what's happening with this. I think a lot of us were expecting a blue wave of sorts, whether you're a Democrat or not. You can think to yourself, okay, we have a president that's like racist as fuck, okay? Totally misogynistic. Just, he kicks out Muslims out of our country, but not the Muslims where 15 out of 17 of them came from to do 9/11. The guy lies. It's insane. He lies more than ever. He's more conflict of interest. I don't even know where to start. One of the thousands of things that he has done that's corrupt would have done in any politician. But for some reason, this is who much of America wants. A corrupt, cruel, inhumane. So I don't know what to say. But Leslie, yay, you're here just in time. So I wanted to do a if Biden wins comment, and then we'll say goodnight. I know you guys have been so great being here. Many people want Biden to win, but a lot of people don't want him to win because they believe in him. They just think that he'll just be another person with the status quo to uphold white supremacy and, kind of, do a few things here and there. I don't know. I hope and pray he learned from his mistakes. I hope and pray he has moved up the anti-racism continuum, as I hope for all white folks. I try every day to move up it. It is a purposeful thing that white people need to do. Unless we're special, less he will be better than 45. Right. I don't think I don't think he, being Biden, wants to tear down our whatever we have left of our democratic republic and oligarchy, whatever, and become a dictator. He might not have the greatest things going on, and he certainly wasn't my first, second, third, fourth, 20th choice. But there's no comparison. It's false equivalency at its best or worst. I don't know which one that would be, best or worst. It's not good. The man is Hitler, Roman numeral 2, wannabe. Biden has made horrible mistakes, and maybe hasn't repented for them. Maybe he's learned, maybe he hasn't. But I don't think he wants to be Hitler. I know Trump does. We're talking, I truly believe if Trump wins, that we're done. We're done. No one's going to pull up a sign saying we're in a dictatorship now. But as you've seen, Trump getting away with so many awful, inhumane things. The will of the people? No. Unless the people are his clan of followers who are really not. He lies and they believe him. This is crazy. So anyway, I believe that the simple truth is a Trump win is going to end our democratic republic, oligarchy, call it what you want. Could a Biden win give us a reprieve to the downfall of democracy? I don't know. It might be too late. The middle class is almost non-existent. Huge corporations have taken over everything. I mean, I can't even get my kid to make a lemonade stand. It's not even a thing. Like, oh, be an entrepreneur. Good luck with that. We have huge corporations ready to just, doesn't matter if they have the best products. Doesn't matter if you're best at what you do. They have money. They can market their stuff better. They can put a better front on. Let me see, Anastasia. The Dems are being paid by the same people as the Republicans. They are simply the generals that the Harlem Globetrotters play. They are in on the take. Oh, absolutely, I'm sure. I have no doubt. Anastasia, it's so odd to me that if America was a brown country, they would have invaded us already and installed a fake leader. Oh my God, Anastasia, I have actually said that before. You are so right. I kept thinking to myself, these crimes against humanity that we've perpetuated over the centuries and over the decades and now, if any other country did that, our country, sanctimonious USA, would say, I never in my life. And we would jump right in there and do exactly what you said. You are 100% right. Absolutely. Okay, Les, I'm seeing lots of numbers here. Tell me, what are these numbers? Thank you. 253 for 45. I'm not sure. 45, 214. Are you saying Biden's at 253? And I knew somebody would come along and give me the scoop. It's a little Morse codish for me, but I'm going to take it. Are you saying that? What? Yes! Good. That's awesome because I think if Biden wins, it is the beginning for people who care about their fellow humans to absolutely go nuts with activism and push, push, push. We are not progressive in America, not even close. We are verging on complete inhumanity. If you think about some of our Western counterparts, it's a joke. This nation is a freaking joke. Do we have to be a joke? No, it's a choice. Too many people just want to remain uneducated. They think freedom's free. They don't know our history. It is not good. Thank you, Les. I knew you were trying to tell me something. Panama girl, I have not had you in so long. Oh, hi, Soccer Mom. I'm a longtime subscriber. I know you are. I haven't tuned in for a while. I think Biden might be better than Trump, but I don't know. You know what? That's kind of where I'm at. I know he will be better, but I don't know if we'll improve. We have a very, very long ways to go. All he needs is Arizona and Las Vegas, maybe. And I missed you there for a second. And he's winning both. Okay. Boop. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Hang on one second. Give me 1 second. Oh, nails and glitter. I see 264 for Biden, 214 for Trump. Do you think we'll know tonight? Damn, I do not know. Okay. Give me 1 second. So what I wanted to say was, boop, nearly half of our nation cannot tell the difference between an egregious lie from the truth. That is what scares me. We have half the nation voting against their own best interest, thinking that universal health care, that is crazy. All that progressive, outlandish stuff. Affordable college, we don't need that. A living wage, forget it. These are most of the people who need it the most. You know what? These people need it the most. Yet they're willing to take this absolutely hateful, cruel, inhumane monster. And the only thing I can think of is because he's racist as fuck. I think that's it. And I know that's so simplistic, but What else are we supposed to think? Nearly half of the nation can't tell a freaking bullshit and lie from the truth. Did almost half the people, I guess they wanted a dictator as long as they could keep their systemic racism. If Biden wins, it needs to mark a new beginning of grassroots education, bottom up, white folks educating ourselves and learning and teaching other white folks. I think Democrats need to reevaluate why they didn't make these huge gains in the Senate. They need to revamp and start including everybody, not expecting the black vote, but earning it by getting in touch. Our middle class is gone. So many people are struggling terribly just to put food on the table. This nation's going down. I'd love if Biden win, but it won't be enough, I don't think. We need a total resurgence of people who give a shit, because freedom in this country is not free. And we have clearly just not gotten that. Les, he says, they don't care. I mean, they just don't care. Gary, we will hold Biden to his promises. Trump would finish destroying us. With Joe, we have a slim chance. Gary, that is exactly what I think. I think we have a slim chance. With Trump, it's done. So phony. Wow, we have finally reached a point. Nobody cares who becomes president. Americans finally agree on something. That's kind of funny. I do care, but it's not for the reasons. I don't know, call me white privileged, call me that I really give a shit about my fellow humans, whatever. I'm not ready to watch this nation turn into a dictatorship, which is absolutely, we might even be there already. I mean, I don't know what your definition is. As I keep saying, no one's going to hold up a sign and say we live in a dictatorship, but you do the math. The man circumvented the Constitution at every freaking turn. He's done a power grab. He owns basically the judiciary. He has something over every one of those goddamn senators that are in the Senate. I mean, what's wrong with those people? I don't know what has to happen for them to say, excuse me, this isn't right. He's obviously, I know he sicks his people. He sicks his clan on them and they lose. But I don't get it. This nation, like I said when we first started this conversation earlier, the one thing I've gotten from this election is this nation is so much more racist. So much. The depths are unbelievable. That we are actually in a tight race for a man who's a monster. I don't even know what to say. Les, can you explain to people what socialism really is? 901 is socialism. When you get your roads fixed, your damn roads fixed, that's socialism. A library, socialism. School, socialism. Hospitals, socialism. Social security checks, socialism. Socialism. Like, blurring my words here. Panama Girl. Yes, Les, absolutely. Panama Girl. It's not simplistic, it's the truth. Thank you. I think we need kind of simplistic. Thank you. Pluviophile, Trump is trying to sue states to win the election. He is all about litigation. That is his go-to, venue for slowing down, and he is terrified because he knows he's a criminal. He knows he's a con man. He knows that Washington, D.C. and Northern New York have their paperwork filled out already and are waiting to pounce the second he's not in office. So absolutely. Great point. Janie, Biden has 264 electoral votes. He has 6 more to win. Trump only has 216. Oh my goodness. You guys, if we get Trump out, I swear to God, I don't even know what to say. I think I will cry. I have never in my lifetime seen a more cruel person do horrific, conniving things to our fellow humans. And I just hope to hell we somehow learn about this, learn from it, and learn and care, because I don't think it's a given. Even if Biden wins, there are almost half of our nation wants that sick, sick liar who's racist and oh my God, I don't even want to misogynist. I don't even want to get started. He's scared away. He's accused of raping a little girl, a 13-year-old girl. I mean, have you seen her testimony? It was taken into court and accepted twice. And in the 11th hour, her witnesses got scared. Gee whiz, I wonder what happened. We have a con man in the White House. We have a mobster in the White House. So we have some serious, serious issues. I wanted to end tonight with some viewer comments, if that's okay. Nails and Glitter. Americans aren't taught to think for themselves. They're taught to be consumers. This is a good point. And what I did today was I took some comments off of from what people send me and stuff like that. I'm not using names, obviously. But and by the way, Les, thank you for that. Yes, people need to understand socialism, social programs. Yes, we already have them. We use them. Even the Trump supporters use them every day. One person said, and these are comments about the election and what's going on today, worrisome that it's this close. Makes me frustrated with Trump even being an option completely through the roof. Can't believe how one person would vote for him, let alone almost half the country. That resonated with me. Another person said, I'm concerned that many voters actually think Biden's better than Trump. He's not. He's just a guitar and a tad soft-spoken. Basically, he's the same. You can think that he's better. He might be, but he's not going to change anything. These are people's thoughts. No, Black, brown, and indigenous people and people of color and African Americans are not a monolith. You're going to get opinions from A to Z. The world is watching us. I received messages from Sweden, Germany, and Australia, and they want Biden too. Yeah, I mean, my friends from other countries think we're crazy here. They're like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, I don't know. One person said today, I'm trying so hard not to lose hope. I was naive to think it wouldn't be a close race. Somebody said Biden will win the popular and electoral vote in Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin. The mail-in ballots defeat Trump even after his DeJoy USPS plot. In other words, to slow down the mail. And I mean, he's tried everything. He is truly corrupt. Trump, get ready to be locked up. Game over. That was inspirational to me. Okay, who knows? At this point, I just need to leave. One is in fact being proven by the voting process, and these results, shame on America, voting for racism and greed. Nails and Glitter says Biden's a polite Republican rather than the Mitch McConnell motivated Republican. Yeah, I mean, either way, there is no comparison because Trump wants to be king. He wants to be the dictator. He doesn't understand why he can't just make the rules. Well, you know what? The circumventing he's done of our Constitution, he kind of is making the rules. If we get 4 more years of him, if we get 1 more minute of him, I have something to ask you guys before we say goodnight. Raise your hand. Sorry, as a teacher. Raise your hand if you think we are going to be screwed. Even if Trump doesn't win, we'll be in litigation forever. In these next months, where it's like firing the president of the company and letting him stay. He's going to raise holy hell. If we think we've seen, what he's capable of, honestly, I think he's going to try to take down our nation with him. I mean, obviously that's what he's been doing, but if it's determined that he is done and he gets to stay in office, oh my God, I fear for what he's going to do. Does anyone else kind of think that? He's not a gracious man. I don't know if you've noticed, but Pluviophile. It's a shame that Trump is making people not get needed medication just so he can win the election. He doesn't care for anyone. Yeah, he's horrible. He does not care about the sanctity of life. But the trumpeters still think that he's the king of. I don't get it. And the empress says they're all the same. Well, I hope to hell you are wrong, because I think this is our last chance, and it's really slim. Okay, Gary. He will pull some real nasty stuff as a lame duck. Whew. It is not going to be pretty. Harper, 45. And the reason I'm skipping you, Empress, is I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about music. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk. 45 has lawyers ready to go for all this crap. A great comeback from the Biden campaign. We have lawyers too. Yeah. I don't know, guys. All I can say, Jamie, first African-American woman to become Bexar County Constable. This is the first San Antonio history. That's awesome. Well, I am very, very glad. And I guess we'll probably know by tomorrow. Maybe? I don't know. What do you guys think? Gary, his worshipers will be extra vile. Stay safe. Great point. So funny. Obama related to more people in the Council of 13 than Trump. By Friday, you think, Nails and Glitter? Friday? Yeah, I don't. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, maybe by Friday. It's funny. That's why I can see why Biden would win over Trump. Yeah, right. He had Obama. Right. I mean, that it's this close is just so incredibly telling. So incredibly telling of this nation. I wanted to thank everyone for being here tonight. I do this show every week, not usually like this exactly, talking about the election, but these are crazy times. Pluviophile, the Proud Boys are putting flyers up around the country to recruit members. Oh, I have no doubt. One thing I wanted to say is, Harper, PA won't announce final count by early morning Saturday. Let's hope Biden gets the 270 before that. Oh, God, I really, really, really hope he does. Please be careful, you guys. I have no doubt that the lack of judgment, lack of education, lack of self-control, lack of respect for humanity that Trump shows is going to come out if he doesn't, if Trump doesn't win. And I have no idea how that's going to come out. He has a cult following. So please be careful. Nails and Glitter, National Guard has been called in Portland. Really? I'm going to put out a video in the next couple days on some kind of different topics. Got it. On some different topics, there's something I learned about, and I don't know if other people know this or not, but the way people use imprisoned human beings to up their count for gerrymandering is insane. I know there's a name for it. I just don't think I can find that name. It's the very bottom of my list. Maybe I'll get it and then I'll say goodnight. It is called, It is called, let me see. Come on. I must have it somewhere. Oh, goodness. Gee whiz, this is a toughie. Prison-based gerrymandering. Prison-based gerrymandering. Have you heard of it? I'm going to do a video on it. Very crazy. For-profit prisons. Prison-based gerrymandering is a practice where the state and local government count incarcerated people as residents of the area that they're housed in when the election districts are drawn. And oh my goodness, it is not good. It absolutely gives them more power, and it is horrible. And yes, it's for profit of people who are imprisoned, many of which have been imprisoned under very unequal, do you know our supposed justice system? Injustice at every turn if you're Black, brown, indigenous, African American, and poor. And even if you're rich, it can be too. We all know that. And if you're a poor white person, good luck. Not good. Okay. Take a couple more comments and then say goodnight. Yes, we can't wait. Thanks. Okay. If there's a tie that doesn't get resolved by January 20th, Pelosi is the interim president until the shit show finally ends. I'll take her over him any day. Why does an eagle have two heads? I don't get that. Sorry. Nails and Glitter, we don't know who's doing what, and it might be the white supremacy start crap. Yeah, but I don't even know. Okay, thanks. I was like, what? I'm not following that. Thanks, Stephanie. I'm like, what? Thank you so much. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I cannot thank you enough for being here. Please write to me. Tell me what you think. Tell me about topics you want to do. I will get back to you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Please be safe. We just don't know what's going to happen. But there are some white supremacist people who are not going to go down easily. Less, for people who don't understand white privilege, if Black people were protesting saying stop the count, they would be in jail. White privilege. Thank you, Les. That is a fan. Les, you have to come on here. I want you to be the co-host with me. Gary, that's absolutely perfect. Gary, or whoever is speaker next year, House changes before president. Safoni, bye. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to being on here, please consider subscribing. Brett, yay! In the 11th hour, that's okay. Thank you for being here. Jamie, I hope everything's okay. Thank you for being here, everybody. And please stay safe. All right? Can you text me, Jamie, what's going on when you get a chance? Okay. Thanks, everybody. Good night. I will see you, if not beforehand. Next week, I will be here again. I hope you come and join in. Hopefully, we'll have a little hope. Bye, Harper. Thank you so much to everybody. Good night. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to write me. Bye.